I need to give you a fresh cookie. No, I need to give you a cookie refresher. Yeah, you need to understand what they are. Okay, so a cookie is something that's set to expire. That means it deletes after a certain time. What we should do if we're creating good apps is close the browser session and make sure that that cookie goes away. That's when we want it to go away if we're developers. Attackers, we want it to be persistent so that we can pick it back up and use it for something else and track that state. What we do in a lot of cases to make websites user-friendly is we give them a cookie that gives us data back about them so that we can reestablish all of those choices that they made when they came to the website. I like my background to be green. I like you to use this credit card. I like you to show me my list of favorite books first. Remember me. We create those options to make it more convenient for the shopping experience of the end user. You and I know that from an attacker standpoint, any of that remember me stuff stored on the user hard drive, if we can get at that, then we win. Okay. So here is RFC 2965 and the 7 parts of a cookie. Domain flag path, secure, fix, expiration, name, and value. The last one, the number 7, the last position here, is the session ID variable. That's a really long string, and it gives us information back. If you looked at the first 4 sets of numbers, what do you think that session ID variable probably is? Maybe an IP address? But then what about after 151? What is all that? That's that random stuff at the end, or seemingly random stuff that is not predictable by the adversary, that is created by the system, that represents and tokenizes the username and password of the person. That's what it is. So let's look at this. The domain is stuff. The flags, usually what we're saying is indicating whether all machines within a given domain can access a variable. That piece right there, if you've got a distributed system that you're attacking, if you're attacking a web server with a database server with a bunch of different web servers back there that are all feeding this in, that flag needs to be set to true and then give them access so that they can all use it. That's that danger. Now that they can all use it, maybe you can be one of them or pretend to be one of those. The path or URL, usually that's slash, secure. Is this an SSL communication or not? Now, in this case, we say false. Expiration. How long will it be until this expires? And it's set to 1970. I have no idea why. Then we're going to name the session ID variable. JSession, whatever it is, and then actually have the session ID. So now, look at these for a second. We're going to pause. I'm going to hold off for about 15 seconds. And I want you to look at these, and I want you to look in the column 7 at the end, and I want you to tell me which one of these, from an attacker perspective and from a defender's perspective, that you like. So what do you see in there that looks good to you? When I look at these and I say shorter is better in a lot of cases. Now, it may be that there's obfuscation in this, but shorter is usually better. Okay, so now let's look at a stored URL session ID. Let's look at these and see which one of these we actually like. So I like the fake one. I like the evite state. They're nice and short. I also like that J session ID. That one looks good to me. And why? Well, we'll get into that in a second. Here's also session IDs in hidden fields. Hidden fields are, from a defender standpoint, are very bad, and from an attacker standpoint, are very good. Look, the session ID value is in plain text. Ooh, boy, do I like that. And that's probably pretty predictable. The user account value, again, that looks pretty predictable too. We know the bounds of it. So these hidden fields are nice little tools for us to use. And these happen to be relatively short.